The question has to be asked, can sociopaths and psychopaths be rehabilitated or otherwise redeemed? When we look at what could be done, there's two avenues. Some people say, particularly atheists, that if we give them pills, medicines and psychotherapy, it could help. Whereas on the religious side, it is said that prayer can help. With the atheist route, we've got the likes of pedophiles. Now, they may be given medication to stop them from getting an erection, but it does not change their desire to molest children. We're going to have to look at the occult world regarding this because, as I said with sociopaths, they have no soul, and psychopaths have corrupted souls. So, looking at it from a religious, esoteric point of view, let's look at what we can do. So, looking at the Bible, we have Psalm 119. Now, if you know that psalm, you realise it is quite long. Legend has it that the Virgin Mary used to recite it at least once a day. And if you read the words concerning the psalm, you will note that it tells you that you should pray to God 7 times a day. Now, you might be wondering, what does this correlate to? Fact is, it correlates to planetary hours. So, once for every planetary hour every day. And this, I believe, would help a sociopath if they wish to change, because tapping into an esoteric value and routine would indeed set a type of seed for their soul. They can grow a soul from that. We also have to look into astrological hours. And, well, astrological hours would be secondary. It would only really pertain to their star sign. But with the planetary hours, what they would be trying to do is gain influence from the symbolic values of those planets. But the thing is, you have to get a sociopath to want to change. As for psychopaths, they can be helped, certainly, because you're just trying to correct where their soul's been corrupted. You are attempting to bring unity to their soul, rather than a type of schizophrenia that they currently have. Now, looking at the Kabbalah, the planets are all given virtues and vices through the tree of life. In this respect, in this world of Asya, they can be corrected, for the flaws that they have. But again, by the same token, it is something they would have to wish to undertake themselves. Now, you can ask, is it any good if someone prays for someone else? And the answer to that is yes, but only if you know exactly what you're praying for. You know, someone might have the idea, Joe Smith down the road is a friend of mine. He's a sociopath. I want him to be the same as everyone else. Or most people anyway. But how do you know if Joe Smith is a sociopath or a psychopath? They might not have a soul, but then again they might. They might be uncorrupted in their soul, but then again they might be corrupted. It's just their relationship to you that changes how you interpret their actions and the thinking processes behind it. You know, some people are just plain bad, some people are just plain spiteful. If you want to look at it as praying for a sociopath, when all you're really praying for is someone who probably doesn't think much of you, it might not be of any benefit. And looking at the people we've got in the world now, they would have to have some non-earthly foundation in their soul. Now, most of us get our souls from God, or God assigns them to us. Whereas, you know, in this age of promiscuity, where accident babies are really a dime a dozen, where would they get their souls from? You know, or could be, you know, let's look at it this way. You know, looking at my personal experience in regards to the tree of death and the issue of the Satan. Now, the Satan is a title held by Lucifer, which is under contest from Moloch. Now, Lucifer is, I've dealt with him, very cool, very calm, very collected, very impersonal. It's like dealing with a big boss in a multinational company. You know, you're just a worker. It's kind of cold and impersonal in the dealings with that person, which could be described as sociopathic. Moloch, on the other hand, is completely psycho. If you could look at those two as to, you know, the sort of behaviour that sociopaths and psychopaths seem to have, you know, you could say their souls or pseudo-souls were created by these two. Though with Moloch, he accepts sacrifice via abortion. So really, when you look at the sort of people who push abortion, who are quite fanatical, quite anti-God, anti-everything, you know, we compare that to the impersonal coldness that we find amongst a lot of people, particularly in cities around the world. We'd have to say that maybe Lucifer and Moloch put their thumbprints on these fake souls and these unwanted babies that have been born, and this would explain a lot. Anyway, let's continue on to something else. Now, we have to look at, is there any hope for a sociopath? Well, they're mentioning Satan. No, Lucifer is the Satan. We have to look at the issue of Kimbanda. Now, Kimbanda is a Brazilian type voodoo. Very interesting, though very complicated to explain. Kimbanda believes that Lucifer will become a prodigal son to God. He will return. And if that happens, that's going to change a lot of things, because Moloch would be in charge of evil, so to speak. And you think things are bad now, they'll get a hell of a lot worse, literally. But, just taking an overview, is it possible for sociopaths to gain a soul? Yes, it is. If they can undertake the effort to do so on their own free will, so to speak. Gnosticism believes that one can gain a soul through certain Gnostic practices or techniques. In the Abrahamic faiths, it is certainly possible, because with God all things are possible. If he's petitioned correctly. So it's not impossible, but the Abrahamic faiths don't seem to deal with it, or can't be bothered dealing with this. Is there any specific occult rituals which could give someone a soul? I would really have to dig into my books and writings. Offhand, I can't say that there is, because the person you want to give a soul to has to want to change themselves. And this might be the hardest thing of all. Can you pray for people? Absolutely. Will God act on your prayers? Possibly. But you have to know exactly what you're praying for and who you're praying for. So that might require you getting closer to someone in order to save them, so to speak. But if a sociopath has no soul, and this would seem to be the case, wouldn't you be better off praying for those you know to have a soul and are experiencing difficulties or having doubts in their belief? Until next time.